What's up YouTube? In today's video we'll be taking a look at Windows Neptune, which was never released and cancelled. It was cancelled alongside Windows Odyssey in favor of Windows Whistler, which is what becomes Windows XP. So we'll be taking a look at Neptune, the only Windows that was ever leaked to the public. And the specific build is build 5111. That was leaked to the public, so we will be taking a look at it and looking at its differences from Windows 2000 and what capabilities it has today as well. So let's get into it now. It's a lot like Windows 2000, but there are some places with major differences. So instead of Windows 2000, it does say Neptune instead and under construction. And then we just have the Windows 2000 sound when you log in. So this is what the desktop looks like, and you have a bug report button, which is I believe is only a pre-release build thing, because regular released versions don't have such a button. So the OS itself comes up as Windows 2000. That's what the system identifies it as, but it identifies as build 5.00.5111, which is the build we are using. So, but here's where many of the major differences are. So we will log off, and we should see the different lock screen that it has. Its design looks close to XP, but not quite. So just wait. I did this before the video and it took a while to show up. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Okay, so there it is. This is what the lock screen looks like. This is one of the biggest changes in Neptune. And there's also a different screen too. It's this Windows Identities that brings you to another similar user interface. And it has your users. And when you have to change picture, you get 10 options. These are also the earliest Windows to have pictures. I think Windows XP is the first one that was released that actually has the picture. So you can also use find other photos, and you can set them just like you normally would any other Windows release. And then we have your display settings. You have different wallpapers here, but many of them won't show or are way too small for the screen resolution I looked at some of them. Some of them are Windows XP wallpapers, and some of them are Windows 2000, and then each of the okay, I'm messing that up. Each screensaver is just what's already present in Windows 2000 and previous. Then you have a few different options. The high contrasts have already been available, but you have all these other ones, which are, most of these are already available in Windows 2000 and some other previous versions. But I'm not going to apply that. And since it works with Windows 2000 programs, I used a virtual box drivers to set it to true color, and oops, accidentally changed the theme. Oh well. Unless I can change it, I don't know which one it is. Oh, it's Windows Standard. And your fonts, well, there's nothing new there. And as I showed before, the system 5.00.5111 is your build version specifically, and it does show up as Windows 2000, but it is not Windows 2000. And CPU Z is the newest program that's able to run on here, because it is compatible with Windows 2000 all service packs. And speaking of service packs, since this was never released, there is no service packs, and your security is out of date, and your DirectX version is out of date as well, because Windows 2000 has DirectX 9C on service pack 4, but here you only have DirectX 8, and it does identify it as Windows 2000 Professional, but look, it's the build, it says NTC. Normally it would just say NT, and then you have build 5111, which is the build we are using. And most of the programs are just standard with your most of your Windows releases at the time, and you do have other stuff like Windows Media Player, but I have no media files unless I can access some. Okay, the VirtualBox network storage isn't showing, so. And since it's an old OS, it is really buggy, of course. So yeah, see, it comes up as 2000 Professional, but it is not 2000 Professional. And we'll just launch Internet Explorer, which is severely out of date. Version 5.5, released in 1999, so it's already 22 years old at this point, older than myself. And you can pretty much just use whatever, like MSN's the home page. It's one of the only things that works on here. Like, you can see the pictures still, and everything's readable on these articles, so if all you do is read MSN, then you're good to go. Or if you want to check your weather forecast in Internet Explorer 5, well, you can too. Takes longer to load, but it works. You can actually see weather forecast. Or at least I could. Oh wait, I clicked the wrong one. There, see? And it switches between your temperatures just fine. So I can see the whole forecast still. And some news that I can look at still. But if you try to sign into anything, of course, you get that. Or if you try to visit pretty much any modern day website, it does not work. So that's Internet Explorer 5 that comes with it. And we'll take a look at the picture viewer. See, look, this one uses image preview, something that we won't see till Windows XP, because Windows 2000 would use Internet Explorer to preview images, but this uses its own. And here's a sample photo that came with the thing. So we had photos open in a photo preview, which is not present in Windows 2000. Then we just have your stuff like Minesweeper, which I'm no pro at. I always click the mines because I spam click, so For modern programs that work too, we have Pale Moon Browser, which is really, well, it's the newest you can get, 2014, but that isn't too great, but you can visit most modern websites. You can sign into your accounts, which I do not recommend signing into banking accounts or anything with such confidential info. The only problem is you cannot watch videos whatsoever on Neptune, even in here. So yeah, no videos, but if you're only reading or doing light downloads or maybe printing, if there's even printer drivers for your printer available for 2000, then yeah, you can view whatever. And if you really wanted to risk your credit card information, you can buy a new PC directly from Microsoft using their own pre-release OS that was never released to the public. So yeah, if you really wanted to, you could buy yourself a new PC. And you can still check emails too. I've tried that. Windows Update, well, that does nothing. It just redirects till it says this page cannot be displayed. And for other programs, we have Outlook Express, but this is obsolete. It doesn't work. I tried. In accessibility, you have just your typical Windows programs. I'm kind of learning as I'm going because I'm just trying to see if there's anything else. Like, wait, we should check the getting started. Okay, it's just a 2000 professional screen. This bubble already looks like the Windows XP button bubbles though. Taskbar and start menu. And yeah, there's nothing different there. So I guess this is pretty much it. It's not too much different than Windows 2000, but there is some changes and some being big, and you can do this file bug report thing, but you need to put in your info to prove, I guess, that you are a Microsoft employee. But since I have never worked for them ever and probably never will, well, obviously I can't do that, so. And then you just, and this I notice is a bug in up the Windows XP where you move the mouse and the volume menu moves to. And I wanted to check the clock, wherever that may be. Control panel, date and time. And the clock does go far ahead. Furthest you can get is 2099, and then it sets to 1980, which means that you have 119 years to set the date. So, and then your power options. And then there's, in some of the windows, there's this comments button. And then I think this is to file to Microsoft if there's a bug with the window. And this is the end, so we will power off. And this is it, so be sure to like and subscribe, check my links in the description, leave a comment with your thoughts, and